Just ripped them out of the frame. Huh?
I
Hello.
I just slid on in.
We've
Um,
got the really long fucking feed time now, haven't we?
what do you mean?
Are we on?
Yeah.
Cool.
um,
Why do we look so saturated on that monitor?
that's just because that's just the way the monitor is. It just looks weird.
Oh, fair enough. Cool. Welcome to the MAViSMITH Podcast number 21.
21.
21. We haven't been out. It's been quite sporadic recently, the kind of podcasting at the moment, because, yeah, we've both been very, very ill. GFA captured this thing called the Australian flu and gave it to me.
Gave it to pretty much everyone, which is why I didn't want to go into work. But they kind of were like, "Well, you got to come in, mate." And I was like, "Well, do I though, mate? Because I'm going to give you this Australian flu." And they were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And then I've had 4 people off this week since I've come back, so their fault, not mine.
Yeah. So there's that.
It's like an epidemic like sweeping the UK right now. It's like everyone's getting this flu, and everyone's just been sick like this. Everyone I know's had at least someone they know in their family or themselves have had it. It's just sweeping across the United Kingdom at the moment, so everyone's sort of just getting sick.
Yeah. So, and if you cough, looks at you funny.
That's why I quite like Japan. Like they have those little masks, but that's not to stay like well themselves. That's to keep their sickness in. It's out of respect. Like in Japan, they
Yeah.
wear the mask over their face. So I think that's quite cool that they do that um, to stop spreading the disease. And I think more countries should sort of adopt that as maybe not a law, but like it shouldn't. Maybe it's frowned upon if you're sick to not have that. Just because
Yeah.
I mean, over there, I think over there it's out of respect. I don't think there's a law that says you have to wear that if you're sick, but I think it's kind of frowned upon if you walk about coughing and spluttering in people's faces, kind of thing.
Let me guess. Did you find out about that from the Logan Paul shenanigans?
Maybe from a video talking about Logan Paul and respect.
We we did do like a little video bit of like us talking about Logan Paul. But,
We'll probably upload a highlight from it.
yeah, we might do. I'm not entirely sure yet because everything's been said by now. There are thousands of videos on YouTube.
It's all yeah, but I think people that follow channels like to always hear that channel that they
Opinion.
follow talk about it. They like their sort of their opinion of the matter. So I think maybe we should touch on it, but we'll see.
You know, one thing that didn't sit right with me was did you see what Jacksepticeye did? So he raised like 200 something that like £1,000 for suicide because of the entire thing, because of the entire Logan Paul thing.
Yeah,
And he was like, oh, I'm doing it for doing it for charity, doing it to make light of a bad thing. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's a publicity stunt. He knows
no,
exactly what he's doing.
absolutely.
And it kind of pisses me off at the entire. Like, I watched a part of his stream. Like, I kept flicking through it, like just to see what he was playing and whatnot. And pretty much every time I flicked to him, he was going, "Ah, gotta make light of a bad thing, guys." You know. And like people like donating like thousands of pounds, and he had like £100,000 in donations within about an hour,
Did
2
he
hours.
donate all of it to Thing though?
Yeah, but he was still running his AdSense on it,
Oh, okay.
I think.
So
But I'm sure he was gonna make it. I'm sure he would make a donation with the money he made. Surely,
yeah,
I would like to kind of think so. Anyway,
but
um,
yeah, even if he didn't, even if he donated every penny he made from that stream, he still made a shit ton in on revenue, or not revenue, but in publicity from people that maybe haven't heard of him that now have. So
oh
it's
yeah,
a win-win. But I mean, to be fair, even if he is getting publicity from it, if he actually is raising money for that
oh yeah,
cause, then I suppose it's not a negative either way.
yeah. I don't know. Just pissed me off that he was dressing up like that, as if it's his big thing,
Yeah.
as if it's his big thing that had never been done before. But I don't know. That's just me. As per usual, if you're watching this on uh iTunes podcast, or if you're watching it on listening to it, sorry, on SoundCloud, or if you're watching it on YouTube, we do stream live on twitch.tv/MAViSMITH, so you can come and talk to us, etc., etc. I'll be in the chat just to kind of speak to you guys too. We noticed we were kind of breaking our Twitch clause when we were streaming our video.
Oh right, yeah.
We were streaming our video straight to YouTube, so you could go up there and you could watch it, and you know, because we're that nice that we thought we'd do it for you guys. But it's actually breaking our affiliate clause. We have to stop for 24 hours, which means the podcast video will be up on YouTube on Tuesday,
Wednesday now. Oh
Wednesday.
no, Tuesday normal schedule. If you're listening to this in the future,
All the present.
all the present. It'll be Tuesdays from now on that we upload the podcast, not Monday night straight afterwards. But on this occasion, because we're actually doing the podcast on a Tuesday night, because of sickness and whatnot, everyone's been ill, and it would have been two people sitting there coughing and not saying a word because we just both lost our voice. So yeah, I mean, realistically, Tuesday would be the normal schedule, but this week it will be Wednesday.
I'm still dying.
I can tell you're still really quiet.
Yeah,
I'm talking really softly because you're talking like a mouse.
I'm coming out the other end.
Yeah, you do. You come out of like
but I still feel like I can't be bothered for anything. Like even though I love doing the podcast, I was just driving here and I was like,
That's how I felt a week. That's why I started
Yeah.
thinking about like all of our schedule and stuff. I was like, I've been in such a bad mood the last week.
Right. I've been getting into arguments with like quite a load of people because I literally like, what was it? What's I'm trying to think of one example now. Natalie was having a go at me the other day because her phone, right? Even though I know I'm in the right, her phone was on 86%. My phone was on 9%. Who gets the charger?
9%.
9%. If it was the other way around, 9% still gets the charger. So I was charging my phone. This is when I was coming back from Leeds. So my nose was on fire. This is when I felt one of the worst times because I was coming out of it. But like, I don't know, like, did it kind of go the same for you? Did you kind of go like, you felt really shit, then you felt a little bit better, then you felt even more shit?
Yeah.
So the second lot of shit that I felt, I guess, is a good way to put it. I was sitting in that car and she was just moaning to me about this charge. I was like, 9% gets the charger. And we were in a car with my brother and sister. I was going, guys, who gets the charger? Oh my god. I got it for about 10 minutes and then I lost again. I was just so tired I couldn't be bothered. When I went home and I slept for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I went to night shift and got sent home within 2 hours of being there. That was the most pointless drive. Because it takes about half hour, 4 minutes to get home from work. And I got to work, and then I got sent home. So I sat in my car waiting to go home, just staring at the steering wheel, being like, "Why can't cars auto fucking drive by now? It's 2017."
Well, a lot of them can, but obviously just not
I find it funny that
consumer ones, really.
Yeah, I find it funny that when self-driving cars become a thing, self-driving cars will be self-driving cars. You won't refer to them as self-driving cars
Yeah, it should be cars. Yeah,
because self-driving cars will be
just cars.
will just be cars.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, bro. So who have you found out about this week?
Let's have a look at my list. I've written down a few things.
Got a few things.
Yeah.
I need to actually remind myself of the name of my person.
Oh, okay.
No laptop today. Going for a laid back, casual podcast.
stream.
Casual podcast.
I actually forgot to write down who, the what, who, and where were anyway. But I have got Logan Paul down here. But I think we've spoke about it enough.
Yeah, I spoke about that.
Oh, actually, no. This is a perfect one. I will talk about Ali Law. Because I think it's actually a perfect segue to talk about sort of, well, because I found out about him. I've seen so Ali. Right, I found out about him this week, but I found out that I've actually seen his videos, a year ago. But I didn't know his name or anything. I didn't take any notice of who he was, kind of thing. So Ali Law's a YouTube vlogger. I don't really like vloggers usually, but he does something a bit different where he does overnight challenges and climbing challenges. He's the guy that climbs stealth. He scaled stealth and he scaled the Blackpool. Honestly, it makes me feel sick watching the videos. He climbed stealth. He climbed the Blackpool Tower.
Sorry, does he climb it up like
Yeah.
ladder?
No.
Fuck that.
He climbed stealth up the actual. He started on the track and then went to the struts, and then he was standing on top, and he stands right on the edge, and he puts his foot on the circular railing that the cart slides along. So obviously it's not exactly grippy, and he sort of puts his foot on there, and looks over, and I'm sitting there going, if you slip, that's it, you're done. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know how people like that they've got balls of steel. But he has a few mates that he does these challenges with. So like they'll do something called the overnight challenge, which is like a trend last year. Well, they'll walk into like a building, whether it's a cough. I'm just gonna cough. They'll go into like a building that's like it can be like a skyscraper or like a landmark, or it can be like a place that you go to do events like the big trampoline parlors and stuff like that. And they go in when it's open, and then they hide, and then when it's closed, because the staff don't look properly, they lock them in, and then they're locked inside these places doing all the stuff that they want in these like events. So they go skiing or
Yeah.
trampolining for free, um, and they're not actually breaking a law because they haven't broken in or broken entered. They've stayed there while the staff are closing because the staff haven't checked properly. That's their kind of responsibility. So they record it, and it's just they're quite fun little sort of like feel good videos where they just like do all these things and they climb buildings.
Yeah.
And some of it's like really stupid, and some of it I think like probably illegal. But like, realistically, I found out about his YouTube channel, and it just it's really interesting to watch. I find it very entertaining watching them do these overnight challenges and these scaling like construction sites that are like half finished, or like cranes and stuff like that, and going to the top. And oh, it's mental. It's
Yeah.
absolutely mental. So yeah, he's who I found out about this week. How about you?
I This isn't who I found out, but I was looking at like to like subscribe. So when the whole like Logan thing was going on. Also, I'm gonna say it. Have you watched their vlogs?
Who?
Jake, not Logan, Jake.
No, I don't watch them.
I don't watch him.
I didn't even bother going back and watching
I
some.
don't. I honestly, I don't watch him, but I honestly don't mind Jake's videos. Like, as long as you take it from, I don't like him, and I would,
Yeah.
and he is an absolute tool. Like,
Yeah.
he's done bad things, but then so's pretty much all the people that everyone admires. But like, at the same time, like he is annoying, and I can see why people hate him. But he does have a good vlog style. Like, it's a good style to a vlog,
Yeah.
but only that kind of energy. Like, he's got that really annoyingly, it's lit fat, like, that really annoying energy. But like, it actually keeps you really captivated in watching it.
Yeah, I think he pulls you in by the positivity
Yeah.
and the over positivity. But he does stuff like I did see a bit of one of his vlogs where he was sitting in traffic, and when people were crossing in front of the car, he would bib at them and like make them jump. Which in all fairness, from my point of view, is a bit of harmless fun.
Yeah.
But
It's funny if you're behind the wheel.
yeah, but even if you're not, if I was crossing the road and someone bibbed and they were laughing, it's a bit of harmless fun. They haven't run me over or sworn at me. They've just made me jump. Yeah, but I can see why people wouldn't like it. And I think he crossed the line when he did it to like an old lady and something like that, like an poor old woman, and some bloke like spat at him through the window.
Yeah.
And then he turned and went, "Oh, it's not funny until you get spat at and all this stuff." I'm like, mate, have some, grow up. I know he's only 20.
His songs are bad. His merch, whatever he's doing with his merch, is bad. I mean, have you heard his song, The Christmas One?
No, I
It
refuse.
literally. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna play it. No, honestly, if I can find the correct one, like, it's actually like, I don't know, it's actually embarrassing to like.
It just makes me like when I look at things that are wrong with YouTube, I look at people like that and I'm like, how?
Is it wrong?
No, it's not wrong. It's just I can't believe people like that are popular and that role models. It makes you think as a YouTuber, as a person that wants to be a professional YouTuber, like we do. We want to create our channel and build MAViSMITH and make like this community and whatnot, as we always say. And like, and anyone watching could take the view that we're sort of like jealous of their success. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have the success that they do. And of course, who wouldn't be jealous of someone doing really well on YouTube? You sort of you look up to do as well as they're doing. But at the same time, if I just wait, what? Oh no, it's fine. But at the same time, you look at it and you're like, how are these people role models to kids these days? Because that's who watching them.
It's scary how much influence they have.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
How buy that merch? Buy that merch. That is fucking embarrassing. Like,
it's funny though. It's like if that's something that's something that we would do for a laugh. Like when we like try and flog.
But what's worse is he's doing that and he's completely fucking serious.
Yeah, yeah.
In the song, he goes like, tell your mum to throw away that dirty sack, that Christmas sack, because I've got some new backpacks, like, and like his
see. Do you know what? Do you know the only reason I don't mind that is so there's a reason I hate it and there's a reason I don't. So the reason I hate it is because he's exploiting, in my opinion, exploiting his younger audience. What have you got? Is there another line? Like a god church, selling like a
like
god church.
church.
Damn, those some
But
fire
like
lyrics.
they got Gucci Man on the remixed it. He like what?
Because like that's the thing. If it sells, people will do it. Doesn't matter if it's good. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, if it sells, people will do it. And that's the sad reality of what we've come to now. And he knows the reason I respect that is because he's outright saying, I don't give a fuck what people think of me. I just want to make money. And he's outright saying that. He's like, I don't care about my community or my fans. I want to exploit them and make money, buy my merch. But I respect that because he's just saying it and he's not trying to hide it. He's not trying to be fake and pretend that he gives a shit about fans or about anyone that's watching. He's straight up saying, buy my merch, buy my merch. Go on, give me money, give me your money. Now, what I love that because part of me says, well, at least he's being real and he's not trying to be like, oh, guys, by the way, if you're interested in some merch, there is some available. He's saying, buy it, bitch, kind of thing, which I kind of find funny because at least he's not trying to be fake. He's being the prick that he is because we all know he's an absolute knob.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the reason it does annoy me is because his audience are kids and they're not going to understand that. So you think of a 12-year-old, okay, I'll go and buy it. So he's exploiting kids in that way. If it was just a bunch of 18-year-olds, if say there was like an age limit of who could listen to that song, and it was an 18, I don't think he would sell any merch other than people that are genuine fans of him. But anyone that's below the age of 18 that can't really think for themselves, I mean, maybe not 18, maybe 16, let's say.
Yeah.
But they're gonna that's gonna be a message to them to buy that merch, which is exactly why he's done it. And in that way, he's kind of exploiting those kids.
Yeah.
But I completely respect the fact that he's just saying, at this point, I've got 15 million subs, however many he's got. I don't give a fucking shit. I'm making millions.
But,
He's bought a £7 million house this year. I mean,
but I watched the Logan Paul video. Like I watched a video. And, oh my god, it's just a carbon fucking copy. Like they are the same person.
Yeah.
And they do the same vlog styles as well.
Which makes it even more weird. It just makes you like, do they have the same sort of audience?
He took my fucking name. Be a Maverick. He took my fucking name. Maverick Clothing. Fuck you. Who's that? I ain't got my glasses
Mini
on.
Muse says, evening, how are you feeling today, guys? Hi, Mini Muse, welcome. Thank you very much for stopping by and showing your continued support to the channel, as you always do. I'm feeling a lot better. Matt's on his way up.
I'm feeling.
He's in the field. He's on his way up, but thank you very much for asking. How are you, Mini Muse?
Yeah, I'm feeling.
You'll be excited to know. Sorry.
How's your New Year's going? I spent the last part of 2017 saying how 2018 was going to be my year, but now I'm rooting for 2019. 2018 ain't been good to me yet, so I'm currently aiming and looking on to 2019. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say you'll be excited to know, Mini Muse, that we found the other book with my story in it, and we have chapter 2 this week.
I love how you tapped it really creepily.
Chapter 2. So at the end of the podcast tonight, we'll be reading both those stories out. So you're in for a treat because chapter 2 is where it gets lit as our
best friends.
My
moving on quickly. Yeah. My who would be Frances McDormand.
Okay, who the fuck is that?
She was in 3 Billboards.
Oh, okay. I'll see where we're going now.
I don't know what else she's been in, to be fair.
She'd be like Kevin Bacon.
She doesn't. Fucking phone as well. Apple, sort your shit out.
They released an update, haven't they?
Great. Can't wait for my phone to be as slow as a fucking
brick.
Yeah. So she was in Fargo. Oh, she was in Fargo.
Fargo.
I've seen Fargo. I didn't even see it. All right.
I haven't seen it.
I can't see what it says.
That is someone trying to request a song. Playing gamer. Let's rock.
Oh, I've got my glasses on, so I can't see. What did Mini Me say?
Holla pot Esther. Sorry, bro. No music requests tonight.
It's our podcast tonight.
It's podcast. There's not going to be any music requests on tonight's stream. Tonight's stream. And you said, yeah, chapter 2, 2018 has been good so far. Been in a lot of meetings lately since I'm looking for a new job.
Nice. Well, good luck on your job hunt. Hopefully there won't be a lot more meetings. I'm glad 2018 is going well for you. Maybe share some of it with me because you've obviously taken all of my luck. So share some over this way, please. So she was in Fargo. Yeah, three billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. But the film was really good. It was quite a touchy subject, but the film touched on a touchy subject, but it didn't quite touch on the subject. It kind of left it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's a touchy subject. It touches on it. It talks about it.
I think I get what you mean. Yeah.
It's a touchy subject. The movie is, but the way that they portray it's really well. They don't really. It's never really said on the nose. There's a couple of bits that you're like, oh shit, that means that the original thing was even worse because I've just seen this. Even though there's absolutely no expositioning at all. Expositioning, yeah. I mean, they talk about what's happening. So Mav and GFA sit down for a podcast. That's expositioning, right?
Yeah.
Cool. None of that. Really good film.
Did you watch it in the cinema? Or did you watch it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Watched it at good old Mav Cinemas.
Is this why you were sick? You just were watching some films that were coming out?
Yeah, I was really sick and I thought I'm going to go to the cinema. So I got out of bed, got back in bed and put on a film.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Friends.
We're in our 79th apartment floor. We have a cinema view. Actually, like, have a cinema here. There's a couple of nice females waiting waiting to serve us as we go in. When we want to go to the cinema, of course. And I also saw The Disaster Artist, and the Disaster Artist was the disaster for audio listeners. I'm really sorry if that made noise.
Oh, did you knock it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was slipping.
No. The Disaster Artist was another good film. Kind of took my time to get around because I really liked the original, and like I pretty much, if I find out you haven't seen it, I will like force it down you. The original was so fucking good, and this one was just so good too. Like James Franco deserved the Golden Globe win as well.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that, but I will. I'll have a look at that after the podcast because
I recommend it.
Yeah, it's funny.
What have you done this week? Buy that
merch. Been really ill. That I came home on Friday night after work, and I had the worst day at work on Friday just because how sick I was. So sick I shouldn't have gone into work. I was really struggling to sort of operate. My body was shutting down. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I couldn't keep my head up. It was awful. And I got home Friday and went to sleep at I got home at 7 p.m. Went to sleep at about 1:30. Woke up the next day at 2 p.m. Like I slept for like 19 hours. It was ridiculous. I've been watching so much Friends as well because that's come onto Netflix. I've been binge watching Friends all week because
the first day I was properly well. I kind of got ill on Wednesday, so obviously we did the podcast on Monday. I got ill on the Wednesday, but I was like semi okay. I was like kind of okay, kind of not okay. Well, obviously I did night shift, so no, did I? God, did I do night? No, I didn't. What is the date today?
Tuesday.
No, what's the date?
Oh, the 8th, 9th.
The 9th. So the 6th was last Saturday. Oh no, so yeah, so and I woke up and I was just so I woke up and I had a cold and I was like, fuck, I got a cold. Kind of I hate laying in bed doing fuck all, honestly. I can't stand it. Like get me out of that. I can't do it. I have to get up and move around, have a shower, have a fucking bath, have a little bathe, fucking tied in my room, do a stream, and I actually did a stream that day, and I
Yeah.
felt okay doing it. I mean, yeah, I was drowning out. If you just to go back and watch it for whatever reason, non-subscriber only, um, you know, you like at the beginning of the stream, I'm like, yeah, let's go, and then literally I'm playing the forest. I'm like this. And my head is like just falling. And I started playing PUBG, and then you started joining. A couple of people joined, and it was kind of having a nice conversation. But then I had to go. I had to cut it.
Yeah, I was streaming the other
Yeah,
night and I had to cut it because I got so ill.
yeah. And then I went to Lakeside, and I was fine. The next morning, however, I woke up at about. Well, I didn't even sleep throughout the entire night. I just kept waking up every half. I remember looking at my phone and seeing like 6:15. No, like 3:15, 3:30, 3:40.
That's the worst.
And like I got up and it was like, yeah, fucking it was like something stupid, like 6 a.m., 6:30. I got up and went downstairs. My mum was downstairs watching TV, about to go to work. My sister was getting ready to go to work, and my dad was working out on the treadmill, I think, or whatever. So I was late. I was sitting in my lounge with my mum, and all I had was just me of this fucking treadmill going round and round, and it sounds like it's about to break. It's just going near of the fucking feet hitting the thing, right? So I'm kind of sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to put the TV on. So like, I put the TV on. I boot up Netflix. It says brand new Friends. I was like, holy fucking shit. And literally, for the first time ever on Netflix, I saw the "Are you still watching Friends?"
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because you watched it for so long, it just went, "Are you still watching this?"
yeah. You still alive there? I've had that a few times.
Call the big. What are we gonna do if not? Call the ambulance.
Yeah.
Fuck, great. Um. Okay. So wait. So sorry. What was your what?
Um.
You haven't done much because you're
n-
watching Friends, and I went up on a long ass tangent about how I was ill on
All that
Saturday.
was just a story about how you got to find out Friends was on Netflix, but it lasted for like
But
5
it
minutes.
makes you feel my pleasure when I saw Friends was on.
It's true. It builds up that moment. Um. What did I do? Other than that, I streamed. I streamed for quite a few hours on Sunday. And I was gonna stream Saturday, but I was so sick. This weekend was a write off for me. I didn't. I woke up every day.
Yeah, fucking I was ill and I felt I was looking on my WhatsApp. Fucking GFA was like last online 28 hours ago or something like that. I was like,
Oh,
that's fucking
it
my.
was awful. I literally I went to bed Friday. Woke up at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Didn't want to move until like 4 or 5 p.m. because I was just like in such a shit mood. 'Cause when I wake up late, I'm like I've wasted the entire day. So then I got up late on Saturday. Didn't do anything Saturday. It was horrible. I just sat here, and then woke up. Went to bed early on Saturday, thinking I'd wake up early on Sunday, and slept all the way through Sunday again. And I basically my weekend was just nothing. So I was really looking forward to having those 3 days off from or 2 days off from work again because I was a bit
Yeah.
ill, and it's just a write off. So this weekend will be a bit better, hopefully. But
And what I hate about being ill is when you come out of it, you still feel like because you've spent the last however many. Like I'm never really ill, but when I get ill, I normally have a few days where I'm like, I think this is the longest time I've been ill. Like what's about a week, almost a week. I've been ill, and I felt like.
it's been on and off with like coughs and stuff though, like over Christmas.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
oh no, but everyone
Like,
has that. Everyone has
yeah,
that winter cough or winter like sniffle. But what's worse for me is I can't blow my nose because I get nosebleeds. So it's fine if I don't, but when I do, it's just fucking Niagara Falls of blood, like The Shining. So like I can't blow my nose. I'm just sitting there going, and like when you're just on like for example, I was on the train today coming back, and I was just standing there going, and people were looking at me, and you're like, yeah, oh, fuck off.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm ill.
yeah.
Don't stand
Deal with
near
it.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get on a packed train. And yeah, so I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, no. Oh no, that was it. So now that I've spent a week doing fuck all and just like kind of like just wallowing my own self pity, I'm kind of getting up now and I'm just looking at everything going like fuck. Like yeah, as I said, like driving to this podcast, I was like, can't be fucked. Even though I love doing it,
Yeah.
But I was just like, I can't be fucked. And obviously, like, in a week or two or whatever, you'll be back to normal. But just that
It's
beginning,
I think
like,
it's worse because it's a mixture between just coming back from
and it being January. January is
yeah.
the worst month ever.
It's like
January can suck a dick.
right at the beginning of the year, you've just come off of like you've just come back from Christmas, so motivation's at an all-time low. You have to get back into the swing of things. It takes a couple of weeks for you to climatize back to like, right, it's another year, back to work, back to the slot. And I think like winter as well. Like, I keep thinking how nice it was. Go back 6 months when we would do this podcast in our shorts. All the windows would be open, the sun would be coming in. It was lovely, like the nice weather. The
Yeah.
birds are tweeting, and it's like all nice sunshine, 8 o'clock at night, and you'd be like, "No, this is nice to do the podcast now." And now you get home, and it's freezing, it's dark, and it's like it's been like this for obviously a couple of months, but it just gets you down. Like, it's so nice to come home and it's all sunny. And we used to go and do drone stuff. We used to I used to come home from work at like 6. We used to go and do drone stuff and then come do the podcast. We would actually go out and do stuff before the podcast because it was sunny. We can't do that because of the weather and everything. So it's shit. So
Come on, Rooster Teeth, hire us, move us to Los Angeles.
they're in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, but you can be anywhere in America. Look at Sugar Pine.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my god, you know Kib from Sugar Pine?
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your goddamn mind.
Okay.
Right?
Was he in? Like, are you going to tell me he's like in a film?
This is one of my Who's.
Okay.
One of my Who's. The
Cheers.
other one's Preston McDermott.
McDermott.
Sorry, while I'm getting this up, what did I do this week? Wait, we didn't even get to you.
My
You
what?
keep going for
I keep dodging the
tangent.
question. What? So what have I done this week? Buy that merch, buy that merch, buy that merch, buy that merch, buy some merch, get some merch, get your merch, buy that merch. You want merch? I like merch. You like merch? We like merch. Buy some merch. It's pretty much what should be like the subliminal message underneath the entire thing.
This is him. Wait for it. Not doing the droplet noise. This is him singing.
Oh, what, Kib?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Did he have a music career before, or has he just been doing it?
He's been doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got like a Spotify page. He gets like 20,000 monthly listens. Like, that's big deal.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I just thought it was a bit fucking. I saw like I was on the subreddit for Sugar 7 and I saw. Oh, sorry, one sec. Bruce Steve, hire us. Move us to Los Angeles. We want to make good content, which we do in the sun. We're like flowers, you see. You need to nurture us and you need to put us out in the sun, and then we get watered on and made better. We make better stuff as well. We don't get colds, flus, or illnesses or diseases, apart from AIDS. That stays with you. But everything else we don't get, like colds and flus, and the Australian flu as well, which we have over here. And if you're not going to move us, you're leaving us here. The Australian flu. This motherfucker gave to me.
That I got from Lawrence.
Oh, you fucking did. You got from work.
No, Lawrence bought it. He admitted it. When we did the week on that the night before.
Honestly,
the night before we went to Winter Wonderland, because I came down with it the Monday after.
How come I didn't get it?
Because you weren't here with Lawrence, were you? That Friday.
How come Carl didn't get it, or did Carl get it?
Don't know. Maybe Carl didn't get it.
To be fair, Carl was saying he's been ill.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Carl was really ill on New Year's Day, wasn't he? Do you remember he said I didn't do anything because I was really ill?
Damn.
It's Lawrence. It's all
fair
Lawrence.
enough. Okay, what have I done this week? Fuck all, actually, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with doing fuck all. I couldn't do fuck all. I'm normally, when I'm ill, like even like my mum was like, "Oh, like I know you're ill because you're not doing anything." Because I was literally like, and I fucking just hate sitting there doing fuck all. Even though I was watching a film, I was like, I feel like I'm only watching it because I'm ill and laying here doing fuck all.
Yeah, I don't like not doing anything at all. And I'm getting really bored of like sitting in on weekends, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and you got to save money and whatever.
Got to do what you got to do. Got to save money. Got to save money. Got to
Stream.
do what you do and stream. I want to know. I want to know what that guy requested for.
I'll look after it. Some kind of Spanish thing, I think.
Cool. Okay. Trying to think if we missed anything. No, we're pretty much okay.
Yeah.
Done with the who and the.
Yeah, let's fly on from that.
Should we? Have you got any other talking topics at all?
I think I might. Just written down loads
I
of.
had my movie ones, but I kind of burnt through them quite quickly.
Did you see this? I think this is how I got onto this Ali Law bloke. Actually, did you see this Chinese daredevil that fell to his death? He fell 60 floors. So there was a guy. I can't remember his full name. Is something. I think it was. I'm not even going to try and attempt his name because I can't remember it. But he was a Chinese daredevil. He recorded himself climbing to the top of buildings and doing like handstands and like doing pull-ups off the side of them. But he was asking for it, really, not in a
Natural
horrible way,
selection.
but he was doing all these things and making videos. I guess he wanted to do like YouTube videos or something. So he was like filming himself climb to building and do pull-ups. And
Yeah.
something went wrong. He was doing pull-ups off of a 60-floor building, 60-story building, and I think, I don't know what happened, whether it's fatigue in his arms or he got cramp or something, but he couldn't pull himself back up. And things like that, you always do with a friend. You always do with a fail-safe buddy. So, like, I mean, you shouldn't do it anyway, really. But if you want to live life like that and enjoy what you do, and you want to live life to the full, you have to have someone there with you to back
Yeah.
you up. Because if he had someone there, he'd be alive. But he just couldn't climb up, and he lost his grip and he fell, 60 floors. I mean, 60 floors is a long old journey. That is, that he had a bit of time to think about what he'd done on the way down there, and yeah, he died. Sadly, and yeah, he just there's footage of it. Obviously, you don't see him hit the ground or anything, but you see him trying to get up, and then he can't hold on and he slips. But
Bad.
oh, it's horrible. Yeah, I just thinking like, why do people feel the need to do that kind of stuff? Like,
There's like there's a limit. No one wants to watch you if you have to go to that extreme of jumping like that. To get views or people to like you. Then it's too far.
yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Too far. Right. Shall I go through? Have you got any other talking points?
I've got one that's a bit derogative. No. Um, this is a really weird question that I thought of when I was drunk.
Here we
If you-
go. A look inside GFA's drunk mind.
Probably shouldn't have prefixed it with that. If you could clone yourself, like if there was a clone of you,
Is it cheating? Is that what you're gonna say?
well, it's along those lines, I guess. Not is it cheating, but
Because that guy, that Jordan Patterson guy, that Nazi whatever it is.
Symphonizer. No, not.
Yeah.
My God, it's showing sympathy, so it's sympathizer.
Yeah. Anyway,
I keep fucking doing it now.
I was listening to a podcast of him and no, it wasn't him. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson. Sorry,
Yeah.
podcast. I don't know. No, I don't think it was a podcast. It might have been the Hot Ones one actually. Anyway, he goes. If there's a clone of you, and you have sex with that clone, is it cheating? Because you're technically having sex with yourself.
Yeah.
Is it cheating?
Well, that's what I was going. I was like, how weird would it be? Like
Yeah, very
just.
weird.
I mean, I don't even know if I don't even like looking in the mirror. So imagine a clone. Imagine a clone walking in. You're like, how
Still
spending
no.
still no. How long? How much of the day do you think you could spend with yourself? Because we all think to ourselves. We all have a conscience, or most people have a conscience, hopefully. And
who doesn't? Logan Paul.
Yeah,
This podcast.
yeah. And you have those moments where you think to yourself, or do you ever like speak to yourself in your head at all? Like you run through like options, and you're trying to say, okay, this is what I'm
I see
do.
myself doing bad things, and I'm like, look at this motherfucker doing this bad thing right now, and I'll go ahead and do it.
Like filming in a Japanese suicide forest.
Sorry, just quick tangent. It's just the way he goes, oh my god.
Yeah, I just
It makes
my skin crawl.
yeah.
Honestly,
just that one part of it. That everything else, I don't. Right. So this is going to be my controversial point. I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making out to be. I mean, like there are worse things. However, the fact that he is a horrible person for doing it. It's not as bad as it's completely blown up, but everyone should be pointing at YouTube over Logan.
Yeah.
Because nothing's happened to
Well,
Logan because he's got thousands. That video got like almost 1 million upvotes and like 250,000 downvotes. That get 1 million upvotes of kids, and the kids don't care. If you go on Twitter right now, you see him all like, "Oh," and his dad put a video up, and it was like, "They think they can bring our son down. He's coming back. He's coming bigger than ever." And everyone else is just a hater. It's like,
he's a fucking idiot as well.
how can you not know that that he's a bad thing to do? It has got blown up, but it's only because he released that shitty ass apology on Twitter as well. That really self-appraising fucking.
Oh, and the video he did, like the video that he monetized, has got like 40 million views.
So that's 80 grand or whatever. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah. I don't even want to talk about Logan Paul anymore. He's such a helmet. And he's clearly his whole family. If his dad made a video saying defending his actions, clearly his whole family's a bunch of fucking idiots. So let's not even go there. No, yeah. So what was it? Conscience, yeah, torture. So how long do you think you could spend like with yourself if you had to spend there was a clone of you and you had to spend every waking minute with that person? Do you think you'd piss yourself off? Do you think you'd be a point where you're like, do you know, no, just fuck off, mate? I think I would. I think I'd annoy myself just because like it's one thing having that conscious in your brain thinking like I've got to get my lunch ready for the morning. I've got to iron a shirt. I've got to do that. And you'd have that conversation in your head like, okay, George, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this, and you run through your itinerary and what you got to do. But it's another thing if you were actually sitting there and the other clone version, you can imagine the other clone version just standing like across the room going, don't forget you got to go and iron a shirt. Don't forget, go and do your lunch. And I think I'd get pissed off.
You know what's what's going on with that? What's she saying? Oh yeah.
Mini Muse responded regarding the 64 thing, saying the worst part must have been the time you spend in the air before hitting the ground. And yeah, you're absolutely right. That that time thinking, knowing that you messed up.
There's a study that says it's something insane, like 90%, 90+% of people that commit suicide and survive from doing the jump regret it before they've hit the ground. Because suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Yeah.
And once you've jumped, you've taken that leap.
There's nothing you can do from that point.
And if that's what you really want to do, then so be it. And I'm happy for you, but at the same time, you probably will regret it by the time you hit the floor.
Yeah. You got a long, especially for something like that high.
Yeah.
Like if you do it, some people do it off like the bridge in San Diego or San Francisco,
Yeah.
And like that's not a massive drop. So like by the time you've even had time to think, yeah. So by the time you've had time to think, you probably hit the water. And if the fall doesn't kill you, the ice cold temperatures will.
That's why in England there's a lot of around London there's a lot of train people jumping in front of trains.
Yeah.
Because it's the quickest, obviously most.
There's no way sort of back from that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. It's giving me ideas now. Let's move on from suicide. What are we talking about? What were we talking about?
Talk about clones and spending a whole day with yourself.
Yeah, that was it. So that guy, that Jordan Peterson dude. Honestly, if anyone's having trouble sleeping, just put Jordan Peterson podcast on, after hours, of course. But if you're listening, if you've just heard me say that, you've already watched ours, so don't bother watching it again. We're not that good. I know. If you can't sleep, put on the Jordan Peterson podcast. He's got kind of an annoying voice, but you get used to it after a while. But he just goes off in all these tangents, but he doesn't use words like what we use. He uses proper words. Like
that sentence is awful.
He uses
he doesn't use words like what we use, but he uses proper words.
I'm really fucking ill. So no, but you know what I mean. Like, he uses like massive. His vocabulary is so vast.
Yeah.
His vocabulary is so vast, and he goes into the whole point of
he knows words good.
He know the way. And he was saying, he's a mental health therapist, and when people go to him and they say, and one of the first things he does as homework is try and take a back seat in your life. He was like, it's gonna be really weird for me to say this, but you've got to try and do it. Do your life, but like sit in a back seat. So kind of imagine that you're watching yourself be yourself. And he says, is it boring? because if it's boring, it's you. You're the problem with whatever you've got going on inside of you. You're the problem. You need to either change your job, change your friendship group, or any of these things. And he says, and if you're not boring and you find yourself somewhat entertaining, then it's your surroundings. It's something that you can't change
Mm.
unless you physically pull yourself out of these um,
Environments,
situations or
yeah.
environments and drop you in elsewhere. I just thought it was quite interesting because obviously you were saying about spending time with your. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where like, I would like to say that I wouldn't get annoyed with myself because surely it's just something. If it's like conscious, if it's conscience, and your person, your clone was just telling you things, then
Yeah.
it's not going to bother you that much. But I think it'd be different if you had like someone following you around would be a lot more annoying.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with it.
Cool. Should I go through the list of Golden Globe nominees and winners
When were the Golden Globes?
last night? Two
Oh,
nights
well, they
ago.
last really.
So
Who hosted this year? Not Gervais again.
no, I think it was Seth. Not is it Seth MacFarlane? Not the guy that does family. I don't know.
That's Seth MacFarlane.
Not him then. We're gonna do a like MAViSMITH Oscar. I want to do an Oscar show. I want to do an Oscar show, and I want to have a list. We're gonna do a video up on our YouTube search bar, MAViSMITH search bar. We don't have our own URL yet.
Nearly
We're
100
gonna do
subscribers.
a video looking at the Golden Globe winners, nominees and winners, and we're gonna predict the winners of the Oscars. We're gonna predict what we want to win and what actually will win because they're two very different things. The Oscars can be somewhat, whatever. But I want to live stream the Oscars and I want to do like a little drinking. You take a shot whenever someone mentions whatever, or I just think it'd be quite a fun thing to do, like a little live stream. Anyway, future talks. So best picture was three billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, Dunkirk, The Post, The Shape of Water, and Call Me by Your Name. I've only seen one of them.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, have you not seen Dunkirk?
No.
I haven't seen Dunkirk, and I thought you would have seen it. Well,
I really, really wanted to see it, and I never went to the cinema to see it 'cause I was too lazy, and I haven't got round to watching it online. I was going to watch it this weekend online and rent the thing, but I couldn't find a good website to rent it from, so I couldn't watch it. And all the rental copies that I was trying to look at were taken down. So for some
yeah.
reason, I was like, "Ugh." So no, I haven't got around to it. I will watch Dunkirk.
So
I really want to see it.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So best motion picture, musical or comedy. That was drama, by the way. Best motion picture, musical or comedy. Lady Bird, The Disaster Artist, Get Out, The Greatest Showman, and I Tonya.
All right, are we gonna say who won them straight up?
Three Billboards won the
Okay,
drama.
okay.
It's different because I haven't seen any of these, and like,
You've seen Get Out and the other
well,
one,
yeah, I
Disaster
saw
Artist.
out of these. I saw Get Out, but I'm sorry, but I like good films. But like, I don't want to sit. I don't. I've kind of gone off films recently. I want to get back into my love of films, and the Disaster Artist and Three Billboards kind of got me a little bit back into it. But I get bored because it takes a lot to impress me because I'm just so I hate everything. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot to impress me. So even the Disaster Artist, I had to watch it a second time. Well, no, I started watching it for the second time. Like I got about 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in, and I was like, "It's good, but I just don't want to watch it," and turned it off.
Yeah.
So out of those, I'm surprised Get Out didn't win. Get Out didn't win any awards, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it would. I haven't
Didn't it come
seen.
out last year though? Get Out.
No, yeah, but it
Not
came
not
out.
last year. The year before.
No,
Oh, really?
that's when the Golden Globes were.
What on earth?
Lady Bird won. Don't know what Lady Bird is. I can't. There's no one that I know in it, famous actor wise. Best performance by an actress. Frances McDormand in Three Billboards.
Okay.
Who's fine?
No, there was a weird like artifact that I just noticed on the table, and I was like, "What on earth is going on?" But I've fixed it with my elbow.
Jessica Chastain, Molly's Game. I love Jessica Chastain. Bloody hell. Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water. Meryl Streep, get the fuck out of here, Meryl Streep. Thank God you didn't win anything. Michelle Williams, All the Money in the World. Oh,
Oh, that bloody film.
also, whoever the guy is in the other guy who replaced Kevin Spacey. I don't get that you replaced Kevin Spacey, but he got nominated for Best Actor or something in a supporting role, I think.
Right.
Why the fuck is he getting? He got recast and did about 5 scenes. Frances McDormand won the 3 Bill Awards for Best Performance by an Actress.
Yeah.
Best Performance by an Actor was Gary Oldman.
In the Winston Churchill film,
The Darkest Hour.
Hour. Did he win that?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Daniel Day-Lewis, he beat out Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington.
Tom Hanks in his new film, I'm guessing. The Post, yeah, about the Washington Post.
5-year-old one.
Well, I didn't know the Post isn't out yet, is it?
Don't know.
I don't think it's even out yet. So I don't know how they're giving away Golden Globes to films that aren't out yet.
Idea.
What was who was the other one? Denzel Washington. What's he done recently?
Roman J. Israel.
Oh, yes.
Haven't heard of that.
I'm surprised I didn't win.
Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Lady Bird won. Don't know who that is. Sarah was Ronan. She beat out Judi Dench, Helen Mirren, Margot Robbie, and Emma Stone. That's a powerhouse lineup.
Yeah, good actresses.
Best Performance by an Actor in a Musical Comedy. James Franco beat out Steve Carell, Ansel Elgort, Baby Driver. I'm quite surprised that got even a nomination, to be fair. It was good. It was a good film, but I'm surprised they didn't. You know, you can see the difference between Baby Driver and 3 Billboards, you know.
Was that the first film he had done? Baby Driver, like the first big film? Because I've never seen that actor before, if I can remember.
Ansel Elgort. No, he was in The Fault in Our Stars, which has been massive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. It wasn't, well, obviously not ours.
Can't say I watched it.
But James Franco beat out Steve Carell, Ansel Elgort, Hugh Jackman, Daniel Kaluuya, who's the gal dude, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because Hugh Jackman did. I'm surprised. Get Out was brilliant. I'm surprised that obviously Hugh Jackman's new film is that musical one, isn't it? Whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, that is it. Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World. Like.
Did he win?
No.
I was going to say.
Best Director was Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. Beat out Martin McDonagh, 3 Billboards. Christopher Nolan, Dunkirk.
I kind of wish I was into some of these other films, but like The Shape of
can't.
Water, it's like there's not enough time in the world to watch every single film that comes out in the cinema. Not enough money in the world to watch every single film that comes out in the cinema. But at the same time, it's like there's some films that just don't interest me, and I know that's the same for everyone. Obviously, like the older you get, you might change your sort of taste in movies. And I know people like my mum, for example, would never ever sit down and watch like a Marvel film or something. It's just not her thing, and it's not a lot of people's things. And I get that, but there's so many films like The Shape of Water. I didn't even know what it's about. I didn't see it advertised, and it just doesn't take my interest. So it's hard because they win these awards, and I can't comment because it's like I'd never have watched that film, even if you try and sell it to me. I probably wouldn't sit down and waste 2 hours of my life watching whatever that's about.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some of them are good, like Shawshank Redemption. If someone said to me what that's about, I probably wouldn't be like. If someone said, "Oh, someone gave me the storyline of Shawshank," I probably wouldn't actually be that interested in watching it. But when you watch it, it's just phenomenal. So then you kind of you start to question your own taste in movies and stuff, really.
Yeah. Well, best television series was between The Crown, This Is Us, Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, and The Handmaid's Tale. Guess which one? Guess what one? Sorry.
Game of Thrones.
The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh.
The Hulu original.
Oh. Of course it did.
We Will Bear No More is the tagline for The Handmaid's Tale. Which looks
has it got bear in it?
Most likely. Stranger Things didn't get anything really apart from one nomination.
Surprising.
Is it though?
I think
season 2?
I think that's all down to Netflix. Is there anything from Netflix on there really?
The Crown.
I think the thing with Netflix is it's still, even though it shouldn't be, people are still trying to adapt to that because our generation are obviously, I would put money on saying that I would say most of our generation watch things online now. I would say pretty much most of them or barely any of them watch stuff on TV, and obviously it's not there for everyone. Not everyone has the option online or the internet speed to be able to watch stuff online or the access or the money or whatever. but I know a majority of our generation will watch stuff online, and a lot of the kids now will watch YouTube and Netflix. So I think over the years, Netflix will start to bleed into that Hollywood thing more and more.
Yeah.
But I think at
Well,
the moment you still got these sort of more older people that watch things quite traditionally. Um,
well, I read that Twitch has got more viewers than Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu combined.
really,
Yeah,
that's
Twitch.
crazy. That's crazy.
It is, but it also is such a
It's a
bizarre. It's if you explain, if you try to explain Twitch,
yeah, and I can't.
like
I just say it's a streaming thing for games, but it's a lot more than that, and that's what's
Natalie's
weird.
sister watches Twitch, and her mum is like, you just sit there and watch people play.
And it's absolutely why I don't get it, but I can't explain it because I do it.
Yeah,
I can't
it's exactly.
explain it.
I'll fucking sit there and I'll just sit there and I'll watch I'll
For
just sit there and
whether
mong
it's
the
the
fuck
Doc
out.
or like Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter, I don't understand. I,
Doc, come back.
yeah, please, we need you. I think I don't know. There's this comedy and this entertainment, and I think it's this like camaraderie between these people when you watch them. If you, that's why I think that when you get a channel that you like to follow, you actually usually following the people that are doing it, not what they're doing.
Yeah,
So you get to a point with a YouTube or a Twitch streamer where it doesn't matter what they're streaming or what they're planning or what they're doing for YouTube, whether it's a vlog or whatever. If you like them, you end up just watching
yeah,
it, and I think that's just general nature. It's like you start to watch people you like, and you start to make to a lot of people that sort of have those like negative times in their life. You start to sort of feel like they're your friend because you
yeah.
watch them every day and you
Oh
watch their
yeah,
life, and
that's
especially
true.
vloggers. And I think that's why people like Logan Paul and Jake Paul are so popular. So to sort of go full circle back to them, but you have these people that vlog every day, bro, and and I think they
Buy that
yeah,
merch.
by that. And I think people like just like they connect to them in some way. And I think in some ways because the reason I think they're quite successful in the way that they do their channel is they act how you would never act in your life.
No.
So they kind of show you what would happen
Yeah.
if you acted like all the things that your brain told you not to act like. And I think that's why they're so popular because they do everything your brain says, maybe not, maybe not say that, maybe not do
I
that.
know we keep going back to it, but I just want to say as well, I can't believe none of right. I'm saying it sentence now. Sorry, my eyes are watering like a bitch. I'm tired, but all I'm saying now is all of if you're watching this, Logan,
Yeah,
everyone in that jungle that you went with are not your friends because if they were your friends, they would tell you.
that's wrong. Yeah, they
Let's
tell you
not
that's
put
wrong.
this up. It may be funny and it may not be as bad as what it will be made out to be, but it's not the right thing to do.
I
But
think,
the thumbnail,
yeah,
the thumbnail,
it's one thing. It's one thing recording that video. It's another thing editing it, putting the thumbnail up, putting the video up, and putting it onto your YouTube channel, and
I think
showing,
H3 put it,
showing.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we've spoken enough about that.
Yeah,
I
like
really do.
H3 put to understand how bad it is, you need to see the thumbnail, and it's true.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we read your book?
Oh, okay. Well, we have two here. We actually have people that you actually know because a lot of the people that I went to primary school with came to same secondary, your same secondary school and where we met at sixth form. So there's actually people in here that you went to secondary school with. But here we go. We got him. I'm not going to say their names out live, but we got him.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Who else do you know? Okay, so yeah, we got
The Rock.
him. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson.
There you are.
I don't know him. Them.
Dwayne Johnson's on here as well. I thought they were the same person.
Yeah.
Minnie Me said, "Yay, story time." Oh, really? This is cool.
Yeah. This is all. We went to all the same primary school, so this was us doing all this stuff right now. That's where it ends. Anyway, so this is a book called Little Legends. I don't think you probably can't buy it anymore, and for most people watching, you probably can't buy it in your country anyway. But it's a little book that was published for stories written by what's it say there by pupils aged 7 to 11. So it's all like school kids and whatnot. And I was featured in here from my school, because I had a great writing skill, which is translated into what I want to do for my future life. But my way is crap, by the way. It's literally a couple of lines. It's called An Alien Visits. It was 3 in the morning. I was so I was 10, by the way. It says the age here. I was 10. It was 3 in the morning. I was so excited about my holiday to Spain. I could not sleep. I was looking out my window when my whole garden illuminated. Illuminated, good word for a 10-year-old. In my garden was a UFO. An alien came out and said, "Come for a ride." I left. That's it. But that was published in this little book. Oh shit, my bad, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Yep.
Really?
Matt is now going to read to you chapter 2 and hopefully give my English a bit of a rest so the story can be unbroken. Where's chapter 2? Where you at?
How big is it? Oh, it's only a page.
It's only is it? Oh, only that one page there.
Yeah.
You might have to show the pictures as well.
I will. So, let's recap with what happened with...
Oh yeah, let's recap. Chapter 1, which was on last week's podcast. If you haven't seen that, it is on iTunes, it is on SoundCloud, it is on YouTube, it is everywhere that it can possibly be other than Spotify right now.
Player FM.
Player FM, podcast.fm.
We left you with you found a wizard. The wizard said, "Hey, how's it going, bro? I'll be expecting you." And he was like, "I know a lot of things, and that you are the chosen one. So you're the chosen one."
That's right, and I had to put a blue stone or something.
You then said, "Fuck off."
Oh yeah,
Wizard man.
wizard man.
I don't want to just destroy all the monsters, so I'm gonna get on my bike and I'm gonna ride away. That's how it ended. So, very good. Chapter 2, the meeting. I feel like it's going to be about the meeting of, the wizard and...
What's your prediction?
That's a good one. I'm too tired to think of anything creative, like...
Knowing, like, so just to really recap chapter 1, Mike, main character, woke up, he had a dream, so in his dream he saw a wizard, the wizard said, "Come to the lake," and gave him a sword. When he woke up, he found the sword, so he realised the dream was real. He went to the lake, saw the wizard sitting in the chair, and the wizard told him that he's a chosen one and he has to get this stone, this gem, to unlock a door or something. And Mike was like, "No, go away, you scary old man," jumped on his dad's bike and rode home. So that's where we are. What's your predictions? What do you think's going to happen?
I feel like it's going to be you're going to meet one of the monsters.
The spider.
Is that a spider? It's like a cow.
That was it.
It's got fucking udders.
You have to wait for another 2 weeks to see that. This is premium stuff. Okay, predictions.
Yeah, just don't rob GFA's house. Because you can't wait to see it as well. Okay, so... The next day... Soz peeps. Just checking the audios, you know what I'm saying? So... You ready?
Yeah.
The next day, I woke up and thought, he can't have been telling a lie. So I got dressed and went back to this. You can't fucking read that.
Oh, well, that looks like it's had a bit of water damage there.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, lads and ladettes.
What the fuck?
Apologies go out to our viewers.
There's obviously some
such as
pen
Cog Whistle and Mini Muse 1.
Cog Whistle. What's up, Cog Whistle?
And Fag Gwent, you fucking stalker.
Oh God, what does that say? Yeah, we've had a bit of a pen leakage.
It's fine.
Here.
I'll make it up.
Okay.
The next day, I woke up and thought, he can't have been telling a lie. So I got dressed and went back to the wizard dude, and he held out a rock. He told me that if I wanted to survive, I would have to take a helper. But as soon as I saw my choice, I straight away picked a giant called Clifford. Where's your drawing of Clifford? I'm meant to know what Clifford looks like.
I'm pretty sure is there no Clifford there? No, it comes in later, don't you worry.
The others were an elf, princes, I think I'd say princess, and a dwarf. Not a dwarf, a dwarf. I was now ready to leave on my quest until the wizard said, I had to train with my sword and my bow and my arrow. This is GFA. Training.
Where's Mike? First of all.
Sorry. You see the resemblance right now.
Maybe said, "Oh, a dwarf."
Look at that resemblance, dude.
Wait. I'll do the arrow. Wait,
Pull the pose. This way.
Wait, what am I doing in the picture? Oh wait, I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks about wrong. So, I was now ready to leave on my quest until the wizard said, "Oh no, sorry. I had to train my sword and my bow and my arrow." After 2 weeks of training, fucking hell. He didn't like let you off easy, did he? He made you sit fucking.
No, it's like a Rocky montage.
Have you just river burn out the entire?
Yeah, the entire time.
After 2 weeks of training, I was ready to leave, but it was too dark to leave.
Just on that day.
I was ready to leave, but it was too dark to leave, and he hadn't gave us our weapons, tent, and food. So it would have to be tomorrow. That's the end of it. That's the end of the chapter. So it would have to be tomorrow.
I feel like we should do chapter 3 as well, but maybe we should wait. They're very short chapters. I mean, chapter 3 is just as short as that one, maybe a bit longer, and then chapter 4 is probably one of the longest.
I feel like I should try and find something at home that I wrote when I was little
for afterwards, because these are quite funny. Oh, there's no picture of the. Oh, right. We'll save that for next week.
What, chapter 3?
Yeah? Should we save chapter 3 for next week?
Yeah. A dwarf.
So that was chapter 2. So we're in training now. So we've been told about the rock. We know, not Dwayne Johnson. We know about this rock that we have to place into this wall to fix. So after 2 weeks and 1 day, the brave team could finally leave. Yeah, exactly. But no, it's okay, because in chapter 3, I'm not going to ruin anything, but there is a line where I clearly had plans about that. Oh God, they're ready to leave tonight, and you saw a little sneak glimpse there, didn't you? So this little sneak glimpse of the swamp monster that's coming, but that's all for next week.
And if you didn't see it, then you can catch it on YouTube.
For audio listeners, you can see it on youtube.com. MAViSMITH. No / because we haven't got a URL yet. You just kicked the camera. No URL yet, because we have to get a certain amount of subscribers. So one day, soon, hopefully.
I like seeing our reactions when something funny happens on the screen.
Yeah. When you kick the camera.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, have you got any other topics?
I think I'm fresh out for this week. But usually
any more of those topics? Yeah, we're a lot more like bubbly, but we are just coming out of being ill, so we're getting back into
swing of things, and we've got a few things planned for this weekend. So I think once we've got all that sorted out, then we'll be back to our normal selves. We're just a bit tired, I think, with all the illnesses going around.
Rooster Teeth flies out. How long have we been streaming for?
Hour 10? Or hour 5 maybe, because of the 5-minute interview.
Yeah. Should we call it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Have we got anything else to talk about this week?
Oh, there's a giant on the back of the cover.
Where's the dwarf?
Well, no, I mean, it wasn't. I had a choice between a dwarf, but I didn't pick him, so he didn't make the cut of the book. But clearly, there's the giant right there. That's Mike. And there's the giant. Hero's Quest coming to stores soon. Buy some merch.
Get that book.
Get that book.
Minnie Muse said, "Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Minnie Muse. I'm glad you. I'm kind of salty as well that your year's going well."
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to MAViSMITH Podcast number 21.
21.
Thanks for.
We'll try and get some more guests on as we go through the year. Yeah. It mostly us two as per usual, but we'll try and get some more guests on as we go.
Kind of just spice up a little bit.
Especially once we get our new office on the 70. Wait, what are we on?
78th, 9th floor.
On the 82nd, we're moving up a couple of floors hopefully soon. Well, not soon. It'll be a couple of months yet. But once we get our new office on the 82nd floor, then hopefully we'll have a better set
Yeah.
for the podcast. So therefore, we can have more people on more regularly.
Cool. And thanks for our Twitch viewers, and thanks for everyone else listening. Thanks, Mini Muse. See you tomorrow for Jackbox Wednesday. Hopefully, if not, see you when we see you.
Yes, Jackbox Wednesday. And look who's finally turned
Our
up.
executive producer has stumbled into the podcast
When he knows it's coming to a close.
an hour and 8 minutes in.
How convenient. How convenient.
Isn't that funny that Mini Muse leaves and Lawrence joins? Have you ever seen them in the same room together? Anyway, Lawrence, our executive producer, is now in the chat saying hello.
Oh, what is this artifact? Yes, so we're going to call the podcast there. Thank you very much for tuning in on various platforms. We will see you all hopefully tomorrow from MAViSMITH Plays on Twitch.
TV/MAViSMITH. Did you say
.com. .tv/MAViSMITH. And if not, then hopefully on next week's podcast. And we've got a few things planned throughout the year, special podcasts and special events. So stay tuned on our Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all updates on streams and videos and all that good stuff.
And this just in, when was it? This just in, our executive producer Lawrence Sheringham will be joining us for Jackbox Wednesdays. Temos. So if you want to come and spend the evening with us tomorrow, spend the England evening, Europe kind of early morning, America, see you for lunch. Really? Lunch, dinner? Something like that?
Brunch? No.
Brunch.
What time's brunch? What's lunch? What's brunch?
I don't know.
Where's the cut-off?
Never. But I can tell you that if you're enjoying those, you can enjoy twitch.tv/MAViSMITH. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
On the next podcast. Now I'm just going to stand here, smooth airfare. MAViSMITH Podcast.